So hello everyone, let's talk about our next question. So this question has been asked in the AIIMS May session 2040. So here the question is, a 12 years old girl presented with a nodular goiter. Which of the following statements regarding her evaluation and the management is incorrect? So the options are: 99 technium scan should be performed to determine whether the nodules are hyperfunctioning or hyperfunctioning. Option B: functional thyroid nodules are usually benign. Okay. Option C: all nodules more than 4 centimeters should be resected irrespective of the cytology. Option D: FNAC should be performed for all nodules more than 1 centimeter in diameter. So let's try to look into the question. They are basically asking about if 12 years old girl presented with a nodular goiter. So let's try to understand how to proceed with the pediatric thyroid nodules, right? So here the thyroid nodules are basically not very much commonly seen in case of pediatric population, right? So here the catch is that in case of a pediatric thyroid nodule, they basically possess much higher risk of the malignancy, that is around 25% cases, than that of the adult, which is eventually the 5% only. So most of the time in these cases they are basically asymptomatic and they mostly found incidentally in such cases. So how to evaluate such cases? So it starts always with a thyroid function test. Okay, so you should go ahead with a TSH, FT3 and FT4, right? So following that, your ultrasound is going to be your initial imaging. Okay, now in the ultrasound there is a few important things that the radiologist friend of yours that he or she is going to detect. It depends upon whether the lesion is solid or cystic, whether there is any presence of microcalcification is there or not, irregular margin, intranodular vascularity, and the cervical lymphadenopathy. So these are the 5 important characteristics features that is going to be assessed, and according to that they are also going to get the report in the TIRADS system, right? In the TIRADS system. Now, following that, now comes your radionuclide scan. Let's try to understand. So in case there is a low TSH, that is there is an increased amount of the FT3 and FT4 production from the thyroid gland, that is your functioning thyroid nodule. So in that case you might gonna need to go for the radionucleotide scan. So that can be done either through the technetium 99 or it could be done with the iodine 123. So it try to assess whether there is any presence of hot nodule or the hyperactivity of the gland is there, or any specific location with a hyperactive or hyperfunctional nodule is there. So your hot nodules are rarely malignant. That basically gives us some relief in that case. But the issue is that if there is a presence of cold nodule, so these cold nodules are the one which basically requires further evaluation and the investigation in that case. So it's always starts with the FNAC, fine needle aspiration cytology. So there is a specific indication when we should go for the FNAC. So it always starts with a nodule that is more than 1 centimeter with a suspicious features. Then any size of the nodule with a high risk features, like there is a radiation history or there is a family history of the malignant thyroid pathology in that case. And your solid hypoechoic nodules, they are also supposed to be taken care by the FNAC, that can be determined according to the USG report. After doing the FNAC, you have to make the report, or your pathology friend is going to make the report. Uh, that reporting system is basically taken as a consideration through the Bethesda scoring system. Now, this Bethesda scoring system is basically here to guide us to classify the cytology and how should we proceed with this specific classification in that case, right? Now, following that, you need to how you should go with this cytology report, right? Now, in case of a benign lesion, you should always start with a uh, conservative management, but you must ask the patient to come to your clinic with a regular ultrasound follow-up. That is very much important, right? Then comes if there is a growing nodule. Some cases you are going to see during the follow-up that some nodules are keep increasing their size. So in that case, you need to go for the TSH suppression. So that might gonna gives you a little bit comfort that it will not going to increase in size that much rapidly after the TSH suppression. So that is very much important. Your surgery, like the lobectomy or the thyroidectomy is basically required if there is a suspicious features that is basically seen in case of cytology or any malignant cytology report that is basically there, or there is a large nodule, and from that large nodule there is a some amount of the compressive symptom is there, or there is a cosmetic concern of the patient or the parent side. In that case also you need to go for the surgery. And indeterminate cytology with a high risk features, that is also going to be important. Okay, now let's try to understand if the nodule size is more than 4 centimeter, that basically needs careful evaluation because there is a high false negative FNAC rate is there. So that's why you need to take that seriously. There is a possibility that you might gonna do the FNAC multiple times, okay, because of the high false negative FNAC. Now we should not go with the automatic surgery in case of more than 4 centimeter size nodule. We can not straight away go to the OT, right? Before that, we need to take the cytology report, cytological confirmation from the pathologist side. So for that case, we might gonna do need to go for the multiple settings of the FNAC, right? So here are a few criteria and a few management that is basically given to you as a nutshell, right? It starts with a hyperfunctioning nodule. Simple. You should follow up such patient. They are usually benign, no FNAC needed if the patient is basically showing hot nodules. More than 1 centimeter nodule size with a suspicious lesion in the USG, yes, you do need to go for the FNAC. Here the FNAC is pretty much indicated. Then your cold nodule. Cold nodule basically poses maximum amount of the risk of malignant transformation. So here FNAC is must. Then your nodule size more than 4 centimeter, you have to consider surgery. If there is a symptom is there, this is the number one. Otherwise, asymptomatic patient, you do need to go for the FNAC. If required, you need to go for the multiple settings of FNAC because there is a high chances of the false negative report while doing the FNAC in such cases. Okay, or there is a suspicious FNAC report in that case. Now the high risk features obviously consider surgery even with a benign FNAC. In case of a USG, there is a report says that it's a basically high risk lesion, but while doing the FNAC, you might gonna encounter it's a benign lesion. In that case, also you do need to consider for the surgery, right? So here, let's try to look into this question again. Okay, so they are basically asking about the false statement. Now let's try to look into the options. Option A, Dectinium 99 scan should be performed to determine whether the nodules are hypo or hyperfunctioning. Yes, your Tectinium 99 scan is here to help us whether there is a presence of hot nodule, like the activity of the thyroid gland. Yes, it's a true statement. Then the option B, that is the functional thyroid nodules are usually benign. Yes, it is also true. Functional one are usually benign. Cold one are usually malignant. Option C, all nodules more than 4 centimeters should be resected irrespective of the cytology. No, it's not true. It's a false statement. Yes, you have to consider the surgery, but before that, you also need to consider the cytology report as well, right? And option D, FNAC should be performed all nodules with a more than 1 centimeter diameter. Yes, it is also true. Okay, thank you.